Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier In The Air. This is season 5, episode 14. So I apologize for taking so long to get back on the air. I had some technical difficulties that I've been fighting with on and off for the past year or so, and finally it was too much, and the past couple of times I couldn't get the software to work on this laptop. So I'm looking at getting another laptop soon so that I won't have these interruptions. So without further ado, we're going to go straight into Trash in the Hood because we got a lot to. I have a lot to show you. So let's go to Trash in the Hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, weeks 99 through 102. Hey everybody, welcome to Trash in the Hood. So this is going to be quite a few weeks together. This is week 99, day 1, and you notice a lot of big stuff. On Mondays I usually find a lot of big stuff, and I'm disappointed in that, but like you see a big chunk of wood, pieces of a car. There's always seemed to be in a car accident at least every other week up on 620. And so it's kind of crazy. Usual amount of cigarettes, a bunch of beer cans and beverage cans and scratch offs, and it's near the Walgreens, so there's also a lot of receipts and beverage tops, and this time there was a couple of latex gloves. It was just an overall crazy day 1. So then fast forward to day 5 of week 99, and you see in the yellow outline some kind of foam heart, pair of sunglasses, a t-shirt, and some sort of weird piece of metal that's in the small circle there. You'd have to blow it up to see more. A lot of beverage cans, of course. So now this is on Friday. Usually it gets kind of crazy Thursday nights, and I start seeing a lot of different various large amounts of trash again, and the usual cigarettes, which I'm surprised in this day and age that there's so many cigarette butts that I find. That there's still a large, fair number of cigarette smokers, but there you have it. So now we're going to go into week 100, day 2, and you see there are lots of metal and beverage cans and the usual cigarette butts. I'm beginning to find some big pieces of like MDF and cardboard and stuff like that. There's still a lot of construction going around in this area, and so a lot of stuff gets thrown out or falls out of the back of construction vehicles. So nothing quite unusual here, just a normal amount of junk, which again says kind of speaks for the area that I live in and all the big streets that are that cross my neighborhood. So didn't have any other pictures for week 100, so we're going to go into week 101. This is day 5. As you see there, a milk carton, beverage containers, of course, as usual, a bunch of White Claw this time, entire trash bag, Walmart bag full of junk, vape pens, another pair of sunglasses, and underneath are big pieces of cardboard and Walmart bags. This was a special route that I did out in actually downtown Cedar Park, so off of Main Street and Discovery. And unfortunately we called the walk short because I had an entire bag and that trash bag full of junk, so I had nothing else. I did get a lot of ant bites this day too. It was unfortunate, but there you go. So this is week 102, day 1. As you see there, I found some really unusual stuff, but it was a Monday, so that's what happens. A couple of vape pens, some unusual beverage containers, big huge chunks of car, again out there on El Salito and 620 where there's a lot of accidents like I spoke about earlier. So that gets a little crazy. Cigarette butts, of course, is usually large chunks of metal that didn't look like they were from a car crash or anything like that. It looks like they were pieces that had fallen off a truck, so I'm not exactly sure. And then there's the ubiquitous sock that I find every couple of weeks. So this is day 2 of week 102. You see, you start finding different types of trash once you get that first layer done. So there's 3 vape pens, a cigarette box, a bunch of beverage containers, soda cans, a lot more cigarette butts this time, which is not too unusual, but the fact that it was the second day, it was a different route, so I guess they're Smokers got to cover the areas that I don't cover and make up for it. So there's a lot of that. Um, some big bags and stuff like that. So it was a little not as super crazy, not a huge whole bag of stuff, but about 3/4 of a bag. So it's unfortunate I'm not getting 3/4 or a full bag every time I go out. Now this one was about 3/4 just because of the amount of junk that was in there. As you see there in the top left, two little Easter bunny type of thing, a duck, a bunny duck, and then a duck, a lighter, cigarette butts, some large plastic bags, a bunch of various junk. It had tar on it, of all things. So I think it's when they were resurfacing Hatch Road that we got all that. But there's a lot of junk out there. But I try my best, and people that go with me try my best, and I appreciate all the positive comments that I get from everybody out there. But I'm gonna keep doing it, and it's coming up close to 2 years now. It's pretty right. Hey, so here we go into, as I mentioned there, that was week 102. So 2 more weeks, and actually starting tomorrow will be week 103 of my walking and picking up trash. So that will be 104 weeks in 2 weeks, and that means 2 years. 2 years that I've been walking around my neighborhood and some other neighborhoods from time to time and picking up trash. So it's been an adventure, and I'll have a little bit more of an extended segment of the show when it comes to week 104. And again, thanks for everybody that's been keeping up with this and has given positive feedback, even out on the road when I'm walking or I'm walking with my co-walker. We pick up stuff and people stop and thank us for what we're doing, and appreciate it. One person actually stopped and was thinking that we were doing community service of some sort, which we are, but not in the way that he thought it was. And so we thought it was pretty funny. And he seemed surprised when we said no, we weren't doing community service. He was like, "What?" So I guess you don't see a lot of non-parolees or non-people on parole that have to do community service of some type. We don't wear orange vests, so it's not like they can really connect that. But regardless, he thanked us for it, so I guess that worked out great. Okay, so we're going to go now into our Zen moment. Maybe a little bit longer one than usual, because this has been, like I said when I started, a couple of episodes or a couple of weeks that I missed due to technical difficulties, but I think I got that squared away again. So hopefully it will be. So here you go with our Zen moment. Okay, and there you have it. There's your Zen moment for the past couple of weeks. Speaking of the past couple of weeks, I hope you have had a good past couple of weeks. I know it's been unbelievably hot. I did manage to get some things on a quick gardening update. I did manage to get some cantaloupe, or a cantaloupe, I should say, out of my garden, and I was really happy about that. I'm going to go out there in a minute and see what's going on. I did manage to get some seeds from my sunflowers, and one of them is known as chocolate cherry. The other one, I'm not sure what the name is because I don't think it's the color I thought I planted, but I've been calling them sunburst, and it's an orange yellow. Not yellow orange, orange yellow sunflowers. So I've been getting a lot of looks of people driving by as they have never seen those colors of sunflowers before. So that's going well. I transplanted my second cherry tree. This one I put in the back. I'm hoping that it will survive. Like I said, I'm about to go out, well, probably in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, while it's cooled down a bit, and water both the front and the back, and I'll take a look and see what the status is of those. Also, the status of the 6 or 7 other cantaloupes I have left, and then I have 2 watermelons that I'm growing, so I'm hoping that they'll survive. I've been trying to water them a bit more and see what I can do to get those going, so hopefully that will bear good fruit. I'm not sure what color flesh is going to be on the inside, and yes, it's called flesh. So it'll be a mystery to both you and to I when I cut it open. So it should be fun. The cantaloupe turned out real nice. I got positive feedback from everybody who tried it. They really liked it and enjoyed it, so that was good. And so I will keep going with that. My blueberry bush is thriving right now. It hasn't given any fruit. I don't expect to get any fruit this season. I don't know how long it takes for it to be acclimated, and then how long it takes to give fruit after you transplant it from pot. So I'm not sure, but I have good feelings on this one. This would be plant number 6 that I put in that specific spot. So we'll see whether it's going to thrive there for sure or not and actually bear fruit. So we'll see. If you or anyone you know is doing some unusual plants or fruits in their yards and you'd like to send me a photo, I would appreciate it. I'd love to get it out there and see what other people are growing, and especially if it's in and around the Cedar Park area, that'd be great. Now, if you're not in Texas, I'd love to see those as well, because I only know really of what can grow in Texas, and would like to see any unusual or even really just great looking plants or fruit trees or anything like that that you may have. So if you know how to contact me, please do. If you don't, you can comment on here and I can reach out to you directly, or if you know how to reach out to me, reach out. Okay, so we got our trash in the hood, we got our Zen moment. Now we're gonna go to our actually, what should I do next? I will probably do let's do our spirit time. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, Rico Tepache. Hey everybody. So I got, hopefully the volume or the mic picked up that beginning. So I got a good one for us today. Kind of unusual, a little bit different, even though it's a familiar company. So this is from Austin Eastsiders in Austin, Texas. And this is a good one. Usually Austin Eastsiders has their ciders that are not super high in ABV, but they're very tasty. But this one, they kicked it up a notch. This is actually 6.8% ABV, so it's a good one. And it's called Rico Tepache. And yes, I don't roll my R's very well, which is why people make fun of my Spanish. Among other reasons why they make fun of my Spanish. So here's the can, which I think is really cool, and I'm going to read up on something for you here in a second, if I can get it there. So this reminds me of the old days where you would see a van driving along the streets of San Antonio, and it'd be a Mayan or Aztec warrior at the top of a pyramid holding a half-naked woman. She's either sacrificed or she's unconscious, and he's got her in her arms. And I thought this was definitely one for the show. So I'm gonna read you what Tepache is, and then I'm gonna read you what Austin Eastsider has on their can, which is why I still got my glasses on. So it says Tepache is a fermented beverage made from the peel and the rind of pineapples, and is sweetened either with piloncillo, which is I'll read that in a second, or brown sugar, sometimes seasoned with chili powder and served cold. So, though tepache is fermented for several days, the resulting drink does not contain much alcohol. In Mexican culinary practice, the alcoholic content of tepache may be increased with a small amount of beer. So, I don't know what Austin Eastsiders would have used to pump up the alcoholic content, but let's read what they say. So again, here's the can, really cool. And their description says, our Rico Tepache is a flavor fusion inspired by the deep-rooted traditions of pre-Hispanic Nahuatl language Mexico, and loaded with refreshing pineapple, piloncillo, cinnamon, and ginger. We've made it Texas strong and kicked it up to a bold 6.8% ABV. Serve over crushed ice in a clay mug, or just drink it straight out of the can. You can't go wrong. So as long as it's cold. Actually, they say as long as it's bien frío, as long as it's good cold. So here we go, and so let's see what we get. Yes, I always tap the can. I don't care what people say. I'm going to take off my peepers now. So, here we go. Let's get this in front. This is my Last Stand brewing glass. Obviously, it's got the gold appearance of what you usually get from pineapple drinks. I'm going to pour it close to the top. This is a large can, by the way. It's not your normal 12-ounce can. This is a 16-ounce can. And so, yep, and here we go. Let me clean my eyeball. So it seems like they kicked it up a notch with beer. I'm getting a beer taste. I'm not sure if it is beer, Austin Eastsiders, but I'm definitely tasting a beer-like flavor to it, which may have been how they were able to kick up to 6.8 ABV. And Austin Eastsiders, if you want to challenge that comment, please feel free to reach out to me on my show, and I can have you on the show. I can even go out to your location because it's close to me, and we can talk a little bit more about your ciders and specifically about your Rico Tepache. So let me continue. It doesn't have a beer smell to it. It has a pineapple-y taste to it, or smell to it. I'm definitely getting the ginger. I'm not getting much of the cinnamon. And if you want to know what piloncillo is, unrefined whole cane sugar, typical of Latin America, and it is a solid form of sucrose derived from the boiling and evaporation of sugarcane juice. So it's just another type of sugar, but it's done in a specific way through the process of boiling and evaporation until it becomes a solid. And then you see it in some of the stores shaped kind of like a pyramid a little bit, flat on top, and it's really good. And it's using very traditional Mexican or Hispanic dishes. And in fact, some of the recipes are probably predate the Mexican culture. So let's go back to it. So I don't taste any cinnamon. I taste the ginger. It's not overly sweet, so I don't think I'm getting any of the piloncillo. It's not bad though. It's good. I like it. I think it would be a nice last course drink before you shut it down for the night, maybe. I'm not getting any alcoholic punch out of it, even though it is 6.8, which is fine. I'm not something that I always look for, especially not from a quote unquote cider. Um, but overall, it's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and give this, though, 6 thumbs up. 6 thumbs up. And say overall it's pretty good. So not sure. I'm sure you can find this at Austin East Ciders, and I'm sure you can find this. More than likely, you should be able to find this at a beer bottle shop, something like the Boutique or something like that. So, excuse me. So if you are into ciders, I do recommend this because it's not come of the same day in day out ciders that you get, which Austin East Ciders is also known for having some of their unusual ciders. But I do recommend it and give it a shot, especially if you're in the Austin area. I'm not sure if this is being sold outside of the Austin area. Probably wherever Austin East Ciders has a distribution, you could probably find this. It might be seasonal as well, so you may not be able to get it all the time, but I'm sure if you go to their website, you'll be able to, or reach out to them, you'll be able to find out where they have it. So there you have it, our spirit time for the show. Austin East Ciders. Again, Austin East Ciders, if you'd like to reach out to me and challenge my rating for your Rico Tepache, feel free to reach out to me. So, and that's once again Austin East Ciders Rico Tepache, 6 stars. Thanks a lot, everyone. All right, so that is our show. I think I'm getting rid of Riddle Me This. I thought about it for the past 4 weeks, and though I did get one or two or a handful of comments, wasn't getting the feedback I thought I would get from it. So I'm going to come up with something new for next time. And that's the great thing about this show is since I am the executive producer and the director of the show, I get to determine what's on the show and what's not on the show. Isn't that great? So I'll come up with something different. I'll have a little bit more gardening next time. I'll have photos of what I had done and what is currently growing in my yard. And so we'll go from there. So I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I'm going to cut this a little bit short instead of going extra long like I thought. And so for those of you who may have just found my show, I want to say welcome. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching, and please provide feedback. If you are a fan of the show, thank you for coming back. If you have any thoughts, comments, or concerns, please leave them for me. If you'd like to be on the show or be a co-host for an episode or two, please reach out. I'd love to have you on the show. Perhaps I might even try to hit a brewery next week, but my schedule is pretty busy, so we'll see what happens. So I hope everybody will have a good Sunday and a good work week, and I will talk to you all again in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot, everyone.
你说你要今夜离开，永远不再回来。